What do you get when you cross a penis and a potato? A dictator. It's so good. I don't give a shit. And I learned that shit in 3rd grade and it still makes me fucking smile. I'm like, dictator. Oh, no. I tell you what, we're gonna do the Q&A now, and we can turn the lights up just a little bit in the room, so I can see everyone's faces when they ask me an incredibly, felt like Moses there for a second. If anybody has a question, feel free to use her. I feel it. The bar is right over there. What are some of my influences and what made me want to pick up a guitar, basically? Well, first things first, I really only learned guitar so I could write better songs. It made more sense to learn how to play so I could then explain the ideas that I had to the guitar players. Before, it was just kind of like, no, do, no, fuck. It's really hard to explain a riff when you're humming it in their face, and they're like, I don't understand you, dick. So I learned how to play, basically, so I could write better songs, and that kind of led me to really digging playing guitar, you know? I mean, I've always had a stronger sense of singing, but the more I play guitar and the more I write, the better I get. So some of my influences, when it comes to stuff like this, Henry Rollins by far is the fucking man. And if he hadn't done it first, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I owe him a huge fucking debt for that. Other than that, obviously growing up, I was a huge fan of the Big Four. Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. That was the first batch of bands that felt like my music. Everything else before that was my parents' music or babysitter's music. My babysitter was the first person to play the Sex Pistols for me. And I was like, ooh, it's that. I was like 9. I was like, oh, But when I got a little older and I discovered Metallica and whatnot, that really kind of shaped who I was as a person. I finally had my music, my voice for a generation. And Master of Puppets is still one of the greatest albums ever fucking recorded. Let's see. You, sir. What inspired Snuff? Basically, there's a moment in your life where everything feels destroyed. And I wrote that song probably about a year before we started working on All Hope Is Gone. And it was one of those moments in my life where I was kind of on the verge of this part of my life. And it was basically me putting the nails in the coffin of that old life and saying goodbye to a lot of the darkness that I let define me in a lot of weird ways. So it was basically my way of saying fuck you to everything that had held me back up until that fucking point. But now, when I play it, I dedicate it to Paul because it was one of his favorite songs, and so that song really, when I play it now, it has much more of a positive feeling for me because when I sing it, I can hear him singing along to it. Because when we were first recording it, he would always hum along to the melody line that he'd go, ha, da, 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 da. It was adorable because he can't really sing. It was all out of key and shit. And he would just be smiling at me, like looking me right in the face. And I'm just like, Paul, you're creeping me out, man. I love you, but Jesus. So that song just reminds me of Paul now, and I dedicate it to him every night. So, no worries. You, madam. yeah. So basically, that's kind of a statement, first of all. It's not really a question. I mean, putting the inflection on the end of those words doesn't make it a question. So, Southern California, liberal ideal. No, but that's why. It's beautiful weather. A lot of douchebags live there, but a lot of douchebags live everywhere, man. So what you're asking me basically is, do I get frustrated that people don't recognize the liberal bent that a lot of the midwestern states? Don't shrug at me. What's wrong with you? You're the one that you called me. Yes, it is actually very frustrating. The first thing that people ask me when they find out that I'm from Iowa, and I still live in Iowa, is like, so do you have a bathroom in your house? Yes, fuckface. We also have running water and electricity. We just got the internal combustion engine. No longer must we take the cart and ponies to the shops 40 miles away. It's like, what fucking planet do you live on that you think I fucking shit in a biffy outside? I'm very, very proud of the fact that Iowa, before New York and before California, was one of the first states to ratify gay marriage. And I'm very proud of that, actually. So yeah, it's frustrating, but then again, I mean, I've run into people in New Jersey who are bigger hicks than people from Iowa, man. I mean, they come down in their Carhartt fucking outfit, straight from working, man, and they're just like, I was like, God damn, son, you play a hell of a fucking shot. I'm like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Jersey. I'm like, you don't sound like you're from fucking Jersey. You sound like you're next door to me, basically. You, sir. You're being very vague.
When you first started out, you were talking in your book about how the guy treated you like shit the whole time you were on tour. And he wouldn't really do anything with you. So he was really thick-headed. Who was that?
That's my book. I don't remember that part. At all. No, man. I had a great time. I'm sure you read it correctly. I just, huh? Ryan Tuchel. What are you talking? Are you talking about the Lens story? I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. You've been wonderful. Thank you very much for that. Yes, sir. Really? It's great. Can I go over here now? That's what you waited to ask me. What do you think of that tattoo? It's great. It's awesome. Well, I'm so done talking to you. You, sir. That is not true. No. We have friends and other people make our masks. I don't know who this Jason person is. That's incorrect. And next time you see him, I want you to fucking punch him in the taint for me. I'm talking about fucking right in the gooch. Because that shit drives me fucking crazy. Yeah, just they'd be like, hey, what's up? Bah! And give him a good one. You, sir. Oh, for fuck's sake, this is not a fucking Q&A, people. What? Thank you, I appreciate that. It's a picture time. Everybody look at it, it's great. Thank you. Do you have a question? What would I give to an aspiring musician as advice? Work your ass off. Straight, no, seriously. There are too many fucking people in this business these days that get away with doing nothing. And they think the world owes them something. That's a pile of shit. You fucking work, you practice, you do gigs in front of 20 fucking people. You get out, you do the fucking work, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. No, fucking, let me explain something to you. Technology in this fucking day and age has made it so easy for people with no fucking talent whatsoever to fucking sound like they have talent. And it's horseshit. So my advice is this.
Justin Bieber sucks
My advice
dick!
is this. Oh, I'm sorry?
Justin Bieber sucks dick!
No, he doesn't. Justin Bieber doesn't suck dick. You don't have that many paternity fucking suits out coming after you. If you suck dick, that means you pound ass. Apparently a lot. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this Bieber kid, man, knocking ass. I have to stick up for him just because of Psychosocial Baby. That shit is awesome. And a lot of people get mad at me because I like it. I'm like, are you fucking nuts? This is awesome. I'm sitting in my kitchen laughing my ass off. This fucking, what the fuck is going on here? Oh yeah, I was angry. Yeah. Just do the work. That's all I can say. Anybody else? You. Hi, how are you? It's okay, don't be afraid. If I could travel to one place in the world, where would I go? Honestly, I'm one of those lucky few that I've really got to see the world because of this, you know? The one place that I wanted to go to when I was younger was Australia, and I got to go there on our first tour in 2000, I think. And first of all, it takes a really, really long fucking time to get to Australia. Like, you might as well paint out a week just traveling to fucking Australia. I didn't know that. So I'm up, like I'm excited on the plane for the first 7 hours. I hit hour fucking 14 and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm a smoker, so of course I'm just out of my fucking mind. Hour 20 comes, and I'm like, are they fucking serious? 22 hours on a plane. Fuck that. But we land, I haven't slept in 36. So I'm out of my fucking head at that point. But I'm like, we're in Australia, I'm so fucking excited. I come running out of the plane. I get through customs fairly easily. I come running outside, and it was the biggest fucking sky I had ever seen in my fucking life. And I mean the bluest blue. And it was like, I seriously felt, and maybe it was the sleep fucking deprecation speaking, but I seriously felt like I was at the very, very bottom of the world. And I could just see the curvature of the fucking earth, and I got all hippie and weird and shit. And I laid on the fucking ground. I just fucking flopped right in this field right next to the airport, which just tells you a lot about fucking Australia. It's really flat, basically. And I just laid there and I just went, oh, fuck, man. And I fell asleep in the field right next to the airport. I kind of come to because someone's foot is on my face. I look up in the clown's face, and he's like, he'd slept, he'd eaten, didn't give a shit about cigarettes, so he's just bright-eyed and fucking bushy-tailed. He's like, what are you doing, Taylor? I'm like, oh, get your fucking foot out of my face. So he helps me up. We get on the bus, and I'm like a fucking little kid at Disneyland. I'm just like up in the window and shit, looking at everything. I'm like, ooh, it's a barn. It's a fucking barn. And Clown's looking at me, it's like, you realize we are just littered with barns in Iowa. You asshole. I'm like, yeah, but it's not an Australian barn. We get to the hotel, and I immediately fall asleep. I wake up at 3 in the fucking morning, freaking out, like, holy shit, what the fuck am I? Oh yeah, So I go out, and in Australia, a lot of the bars stay open till like 4 or 5. And so I go out, and I'm in my like Slipknot shorts, my fucking windbreaker. I've got all my weird hair like stuffed up under a fucking hat because it's just fucked up and it grows weird. And I'm walking down the street. Now this is at 3 in the fucking morning in Australia. I don't know shit about the fucking culture. I don't know shit about their crime rates. I don't know shit about shit, basically. I'm just stoked and I'm fucking, yeah, it's awesome. 2 of the biggest men I've ever seen in my fucking life just take 3 steps out of an Australian bar and they just turn and look right at me. And I'm like, hey guys! Fucking American asshole. Just like, ah, I'm glad to be here. Who are you? And they're like, get the fuck out of our face, man. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Aren't you all just super fucking happy? It's Australia. Am I right? Mate, I'm gonna put your fucking face through a brick fucking wall if you don't get out of line. It was right about that time the instinct started kicking back in and the booze that was coming off of them in huge waves, and I was just like, I'm in mortal danger here, and I don't know why. It was very nice to meet you guys. I ran back to my hotel, and I fucking got up, and I was just like looking out the window going, they kill people here. But then we did the tour, and it was fantastic. The Australian fans are some of the best in the fucking world. We were literally, like, all the cities are so fucking far apart that you literally have to get on a plane every day and fly to the next fucking city. So it was play till midnight, sleep for 5 fucking minutes, get on a plane at 6 in the morning, and do it all over again. And by the time we were done, I was just like, can we go fucking home yet? This sucks. And it was great. It was a fucking awesome time, and I actually got to fucking fuck with a kangaroo for about 10 seconds, which I thought was the shit. I was like, this fucking thing is a killer. Because they look fucked up, man. Like, and the one that I was looking at had like gray fur, like all over it. I was like, ooh, it's the wizard one. And they're, I can't believe I keep coming back to this, but their balls hang way low. They must Photoshop that out of like National Geographic and shit, because their fucking balls are huge, and they just fucking. I'm like, man, that fucking thing means business. Jesus. So yeah, so Australia was really the one place that I wanted to go to, but I've seen some amazing fucking places, and I'm extremely lucky for being able to do that.